from Roswell here in title match action at Town and Country Lanes. TJ Gaudette and Paul Carper going at it. Both have opened with doubles. Lefty versus righty. Lefty going right up the corner on this cheetah pattern here. That unique arm swing of TJ's. Perfect three-bagger to open it up here. A fairly low-scoring day. Paul and TJ are starting to make the cheetah look more like what we're used to see in terms of scoring here. Paul right up the right corner. Oh yeah, give him 3 in a row. Good looking stuff out of our scratch bowlers. In the handicap division, we got simultaneous action today. We got 2 bowlers with averages under 100 going at it. If you're watching this and you don't bowl JBT because you think you're not good enough or not old enough, I give you Ethan Coombes and I give you Hailey Gilbert. Hailey, 8 years old with a 46 average, that's going up. And Ethan with a 96 average, that's going up. Well, it's not going up that shot. That finds the big brown board over to the right. Your body language tells the story. And Ethan going right at the 2-4-5. Give it to him. Nicely done. Hailey qualified in the middle of the field today for Survivor at +7. Had a high game today of 79, and here she is bowling for the title. Any age, any average. In trouble earlier here, as this is going to be her 4th open of the title match, and Ethan's starting to make up that handicap difference that he's giving of 45 pins. How often does a 96 average bowler give 45 pins? Doesn't always happen. Carper, a 4-time champion and the current champion in this conference. He teamed up with Steve Mackey to win the doubles tournaments up in Rio Rancho in December. A little left to target that time. Wow. Good news, bad news there is that ball is way left of target. The good, that's the bad news. The good news is it held, and the worst news is it left a solid 9. Could have been a strike. Instead, it's a 9-count spare. Still doing fine early on here in this match. See if Gaudette can get out to a lead by getting an opening 4-bagger here. TJ, the qualifying leader after 5 games at +90. One of only 2 bowlers that were plus after 5 games. So they played a little bit tricky today. Typical cheetah where you need a far left lay down and break point. A little more atypical cheetah in that the hold really never developed. And that kept the scores down. And that's a little right at target. Oh, but that one does hold just long enough. And it is the 4-bagger and it is the lead. Hailey down the middle again. Curves off towards the end. With those light bowling balls, you just never know what's going to happen when it hits the pins there. And that's, I think, the first ever 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10 on our finals cast. Another decent shot from Ethan. Hits the head pin and gets 7 out of them. Thanks as always to Brian and all the local aliens for having us here out in Roswell. UFO infested city. Oh, pretty good shot of the spare here. Whoop! Oh boy, did that turn at the end. Holy cow, she cranked that one. And, yeah, 2 in a row for Ethan on the spares. Nice job. A little fist pump from Coombes. He likes it. Ethan bowling in his first tournament of any kind. He bowls league here at Town and Country, and obviously pretty darn good in his rookie performance. I don't know how much time Hailey would have possibly had to have bowled in other previous tournaments, but a great performance for her as well. Is it? Right on. Right on. Watch the unusual form of TJ here. It really drops that left shoulder, bumps out that arm swing early on, but what matters is what you look like at the foul line, and he gets it all back squared away. And those are 5 beautiful shots to open the title match. Much better shot from Paul that time, and he gets that 10 pin to carry out. Paul in a 2-team pace, and that usually was good enough to advance without a care in the world in today's Survivors. The scores were pretty low, like I said, but right now he finds himself down by 20 pins, even though he went triple spare strike. And that one's going to curve off again. All of a sudden, Hailey developing a vicious backup hook. Meanwhile, Ethan at another 7 count and another spare. Make it 3 in a row for Coombes. Ethan's older brother was the cut today when it was eliminated earlier in Survivor. If you're unfamiliar with our Survivor format, they bowled game after game after game with the low score on each pair being eliminated each game. So it's sort of do or die, but you also only have to beat one person to continue bowling. Well, now we need the backup hook, and it didn't show up. We're going to have some words with that ball. 7 total for her, and she yet to get a mark on the scoreboard there, and Ethan really starting to dig into that handicap difference. He's close to having made it up already. Carper working on a strike, would love to carve 10 pins off of his deficit right here. Left again. Ah, yes. Now, finally, that cheetah-ass cold finally starting to develop there, where if you get it out to the 2-3 board, it'll roar back. And the shots that were left in Paul's case of target weren't holding earlier today. Oil moves around on the lanes, of course, while your tournament's progressing. Bowlers making smart ball changes. You want to generally use, in general, you want to use weaker balls here because you're not trying to cover a whole bunch of boards. You're trying to go down the boards for the most part. So watch again how far that shoulder drops and that elbow bumps out, but then watch what happens when he finishes. All back in time. He likes it. Oh yeah, and the lighted mixes him up for a 6-bagger. We did not see a lot of high scores today, and most of the high scores came from TJ. He had a 278 and a 254 to close out qualifying, and then that was pretty much it. Nick Lee opened the day with a 278, and that's pretty much it for games of note. And another ball on the old drink for Hailey. And another ball right in the head pin for Ethan. Well, he got more than 7 that time, but it is a baby split. Let's see how he goes about the 270.
He's doing like softball. Hey,
there's Hailey's best shot on camera so far. All right. Well, this one's got a chance for Ethan. Nope, it slides off. First opening 4 frames for him. Hailey's got 42 through 7, and Ethan has 81, so he's made up 39 pins, and again, he's giving 45, so he's got 6 more to make up, then he'll be in golden territory. Paul now working on his double. Can reclose the lead to only 9 pins if he can make it 3 in a row. No. See, and that one was left of target and also the directionally left. Not a very good shot right there, and he knows it. Paul disappointed with his execution on that one of the tricky 3-9-10. You got to cover up the double wood here, which is the difficult part. I don't like. Wow! I don't like the way he went around that spare. I think that's way tougher to get that back pin out that way, but he does it. He's bowling the title match, and I'm not, so obviously he knows what he was doing. Now TJ working on the front 6. Nick Lee's 278 included a front 9. That was the only front string of any significance today. TJ looking for 7. Good ball. Great ball. Scatters him up. Give him 7 in a row. The Abilene, Texas lefty on fire here in the title match. Who's going to win the title matches? Stay tuned and watch part 2 and find out.